Hi runners. It's been a little while since I've gone over some of my favorite running gear, and so I just wanted to take a chance to show you what I've been loving recently. So first of all, I'll start off with head to toe. So we'll go with my favorite hat. This hat I've had for several years and just use it constantly. What I like about this hat for this winter months is it's more of a thermal around the ear part, and then it's a little thinner up at the top. And then it also has an opening for my ponytail right here. So this is a great hat. Look for these. They're not always easy to find, the ones with ponytails, if you have ponytails. So I hope you find one. Next, I would go with going head to tail, or head to toe. I would go with this Urban Halo a headband. I found this at the Twin Cities Expo, Marathon 10 Miler Expo, and I just love them. They're really pretty. They're done in Minneapolis, St. Paul area, the Twin Cities. They're homemade. So they're great. So try those out. Those are great. And then something that I'm totally, this is from skiing, but man, I am moving it right over to winter running. So this is called a turtle fur, and it's just a long piece of fabric that's sewed up. Mine happens to be a little more thermo on the inside, but you put this over your neck, and then you can have it you can keep it down here, you can bring it up here. When you have a hat especially, you can wrap it up and around. But it's long, and so it'll tuck under, but it really helps with warmth in the winter. I honestly see a huge difference when I'm outside running when I have my turtle fur. There's many brands, but the turtle fur is really a great one for me. Let's see, let's go on to jacket. This is my favorite of all jackets. I just happened to get it on clearance at a local running store when I was in New York, and it has just been awesome. So I'll tell you why. It's 100% polyester. So that means it's wicking. It's got good breathability. It's fitted, but it's not tight, so it's keeping the air close to my body, but it's not too tight. It's got a hood. I don't use the hood a whole lot, and I mean, obviously the pockets down here are used a little bit more, but really to find just the right jacket that has enough breathability, but also is holding in some of your warmth is really important. So search out for that jacket. I'm going to link all of these. If I can find them online, I'll put them in a link for you so that you can easily find them. But something like this, they just aren't making this specific one anymore. So maybe you can find one that's similar. All right. Another thing for, the hands, dollar gloves. Like, you can find them anywhere, but I use them every season but winter or summer. So in the spring when it's just chilly 40 degrees, or in the fall when it's 40 degrees, and they're just so cheap, and they're real easy to just stick right up your sleeve when your hands have warmed up when you're running. You can just stick them up your sleeve and they don't bother you at all, and you usually don't lose them. And if you do, you only lost $1. So that's great. Few more things. Oh, my favorite socks. I could have done this whole video on these socks. They're called Features, and I have used them for 3 or 4 years, and they're the only socks I'll run in. Like, I just have a bunch of them. They're not cheap, but I'll tell you, they are so worth it. For me, it took away pains, skin rash type of pains that were happening in my feet. My feet stopped moving in my shoes quite as much, and they just fit really well. That's why there's a right sock and a left sock. So they are awesome. find them and enjoy them. If your friend is a runner, a newer runner, get them one pair of these socks, and I really bet you they're gonna like it. Another thing that is, these are more on my stretching or rehab type of thing, so after workout. Definitely a therapeutic band. These are just so great for adding in with your stretching. Just helps you be able to, maybe if you have it on your foot and you pull the foot a little closer to you. Oh, yep, my nice little slippers I've got on. But have a set of these. Now, they do come in different amounts of stretchability. So look for a product that has several stretchabilities, and then sometimes you want it more stretchable than other times. So it's good to have a few. Of course, a foam roller. This is like Amazon's basic 6-inch diameter, 36-inch long foam roller. These are just a mainstay. Like if you have any athletes in your house at all, or just anyone that works on a computer or anything, this foam roller is so helpful. You can either use it going this direction on your body, or you can use it this way, kind of like on your, to lay on it, if you put your spine up against it when you're laying on the ground. There's lots of videos on foam rollers, so, but this is like 20 bucks and very, very worth it. In fact, at my last house, I had one upstairs and one on my main level, because if I would go from upstairs to my main level, I may end up getting distracted and not get to foam roll, and I would be disappointed. So I would just make it really easy for myself, and just, I had a couple in the house actually, which was great, because then if my kids or my friends were foam rolling, we could all foam roll together. Now, here's one more foam roll that I did get. It's called Rolga. I did get this at the Adirondack Sports Expo, which is a great expo in New York. And one of the vendors there had this, and it is, well, I used it, actually, I'll grab this before my other foam roller, because like my body craves it. So because of this like outline right here, it goes really well down my back, and my spinal cord can go right in the middle, and the spine can go right in the middle. And then this can come up on my shoulders. So I'll use this a lot down my back, and also it helps get into the legs, like calf areas and the quads a little better, because you know, you'll see some foam rollers that are really intense. They have a lot of bumps and protrusions out and so forth. But this one is not too intense, but allows me to have a little personal massage in some certain areas. So I really like this one. Another thing that I like to use, which is so old school, you'll find these sometimes at like fitness centers and so forth. There's enough runners around, but I mean, it's a foot stretcher, okay? So you have to have your shoes on. It's very important. Do it with your shoes on. But you put your heel right here, and the rest of your shoe goes right here. So kind of like this. And you put this on the floor, and then you can roll this, goes back and forth. And so when you roll like this part right about here, your leg is up here, and it's really stretching your calf, which is more important than you realize. So I keep this right by my front door, so that's so easy before I take my shoes off to just throw my foot in this and stretch both feet one at a time. Or I'll just ask a friend when she comes in, say, hey, do you want to stretch your calf real quick? Another way to do the same type of thing is to stretch it on a stairs, but because of the gentle roll, you can get it just right, and works great. So I'll see if I can find one of these. They're probably on Amazon. They're pretty old-fashioned. One more thing that I did forget when I was talking about things that I wear is a spy belt. It makes it so I don't have to have pockets in my clothing. when I want to put my phone, my whole phone can fit in this, and other things. And it fits well, and it doesn't move around at all. And I've worn spy belts for like a really long time, like maybe 6 or 7 years that I've worn spy belts, because I've usually run with my phone. And I can have my phone in it and have a podcast going on the speaker, and this is at my waist, and then I can hear the speaker up by my ears, as long as I'm not by a busy road, as long as I'm more in like neighborhoods. So the spy belt really does a lot, and they're like 20 bucks or so. There's all kinds of patterns and colors and so forth, but I have like several of those, and have given several away too, just because I really like them. But all right, so that's pretty much the ones I wanted to highlight right now. There's a lot of books that I would suggest. I have an Amazon book list on my website. You can check that out too. That's going to give you a lot of ideas for all types of things. So anyways, I hope that you are having a great January, and that you're running lots, whether you're in the cold or whether you're lucky, you could be in beautiful, warmer weather in the south. And I will talk to you soon. Bye.